Hi students, I'm Harpreet. This is Upper CAE, week 1 of term 1. For the first activity, for each part of the body below, name 2 creatures which have them. So for example, let's say we pick mane and flipper. So a lion has a mane and dolphin has a flipper. So try to answer the others, but remember that you only have to pick 2 creatures which have them. And activity number 2, name a creature which is generally feared. So this is based on your own answer. You are not wrong. So there's no wrong answer here. For example, number 1, which creature is generally feared? Maybe you can put it snake. So which creature might be found repulsive? Repulsive means disgusting. So maybe the answer can be eel. So try to answer from numbers C up to G. And then moving on to activity number 3. Say which creatures are described in A to D and explain the words in italics. So number 3, most members of this species are very agile climbers and swing through the trees at great speed. They are highly sociable and spend hours grooming each other. Agile means you move very fast and quickly. So for A, the answer could be a gibbon. Try to do from B to D. And then for activity number 4, write brief description of 3 more wild animals and just write 3 descriptions of wild animals. And moving on to the next activity, which is reading gapped text. Okay, do you know any stories, real or fictional, in which animals help humans? Okay, you can read about this. And quickly read the main text and summarize what it says about the relationship between humans and dolphins. So this is the one that you are supposed to read and summarize. And look at lines 1 to 8 and 9 to 12. Which of A to C below is most likely to summarize the first missing paragraph? So it's this one, 1 to 8 and 9 to 12. So fill in the empty blanks with these alphabets here, and then match A to C in 3 with paragraphs A to G, which is here, A to G, and complete the text with the remaining paragraphs using the highlighted words and the tick box to help you find links. There is one extra paragraph. And also you can also try to do this, how the clues help you match the paragraphs. And the last activity is based on your own reflection. Do you agree that humans are purely motivated by self-interest? Can you think of any examples of people acting unselfishly? This is again based on your own reflection. And moving on to vocabulary, expressions with animals. Complete sentences A to F with these words. Explain the meanings of the expressions with animals. A to F. So for example, although we didn't think we did enjoy ourselves, we ended up having a whale of a time. So that's the answer. And it means that they enjoyed themselves very much. A whale of time means that they enjoyed themselves very much. So try to do from B to F. And moving on to activity number 2, you have to complete sentences A to E appropriately to illustrate the meaning of the expression. Use a dictionary to help to look up any expressions that are new to you. So, for example, I wish you did stop rabbiting on about football. You know I hate it. So just fill in the blanks. And try to do activity number 3 as well, from A to D. Again, this is based on your own expression, on your own explanation, your reflection. And Grammar, past tenses. So you know what are past tenses? So name the tenses in italics in A to I. A to I. For example, after the football match, we went to a bar, had a few drinks and celebrated our win. So if you know it's after, that means it's past tense. So for A, it's past tense. So try to do from B up to I. And moving on to activity number 2, look again at the verbs in exercise 1, that means here. Complete the grammar description below. For example, A, for a series of separate past events, the answer is past simple. So try to do from B to F. And moving on to activity number 3, put the verbs in brackets in A to G into the past simple or present perfect simple. Identify any timed expressions or other clues that help. For example, I studied in Paris for 6 years until my parents moved to Rome. So you have to fill in the blanks with past simple or present perfect simple. And you can also find any expressions to help you with the answer. Moving to activity number 4, you have to put the verbs in brackets into the present perfect simple or continuous. So try to answer from A to E. And then moving on to activity number 5, write 2 sentences about yourself for each of A to C using the present perfect simple, present perfect continuous or the past simple as appropriate. For example, challenging things at work or school. So I have been working on a fascinating project, or I gave an important presentation last week. So you try to do B and C and make sure to use present perfect simple, present perfect continuous or past simple. Activity number 6, you have to explain how the sentences in each pair below differ in meaning. For example, 1A, a policeman stopped the motorist because he was breaking the law. And B, a policeman stopped the motorist because he had been breaking the law. So the difference in these two sentences is, for 1A, it is past tense because he was breaking the law. And for B, he had been breaking the law. That means he had been breaking the law for a very long time, so the policeman stopped him. So this is how you are going to identify for number 2A and 2B. And here you have to correct any errors with tenses in these sentences. For example, 1A, I knew she had cried because her eyes were red and puffy. So the error here is I knew she, we don't need had, so I knew she cried because her eyes were red and puffy. So we don't need had here, so it's you put a cross there, or maybe you can rewrite the sentence in a correct form. Moving on to number 8, put the verbs in bold from 1 to 17 into the correct form. So most of us see, so have seen gorillas on TV, but few people ever observe one in the wild. So try to do from number 2 till number 17. And activity number 9, this is based on your own imagination. Make up a story about the events that led up to this scene, the picture below here, using a variety of tenses. And moving on to listening. Part 2, sentence completion. Look at the three photographs and answer these questions. What do wildlife photographers do? So, wildlife photographers produce images of animals or plants in their natural environments. That's what they do. So, try to answer B and C. And you are going to listen Claire Martin talk about live photography. Read how to do it box, and as you listen, correct the wrong answers given from number 1 up to number 8. So listen very carefully and correct the wrong answers.